Hey friends, Nadia from Nadia's Crafty Corner here, and we are putting together a beautiful fall pumpkin grapevine wreath today using some special stuff. So we are going to use an oval 18-inch grapevine. We are going to use this very pretty mesh. The mesh I'm using can be found on Wayside Whimsy. It's an Etsy shop. You can tell my friend Roxanne that Nadia sent you. I will put the link below. We are going to use this very pretty wreath attachment. This is handcrafted by me. It comes with pipe cleaners in the back. It is velvet and beautiful high quality fabrics. This could be found on my website. The link is going to be below. We're going to use some of these beautiful fall magnolias. We are going to use other pretty fillers. And I think I want to put in some type of feathers. I kind of like this look. And we're going to obviously, of course, add lots of beautiful ribbons here and there. And we're going to make a very pretty bow. We're going to match our fabric. So we are going to put this beautiful design together. And what I started doing is I'm using zip ties. I cut my mesh at about 20 to 22 inches long. All I'm doing is I'm rolling it in from both sides and squeezing it in the center. And then I'm placing it in a zigzag manner starting at 11 o'clock. On my wreath. This is my 11 o'clock going to 6 o'clock. I'm going to say 5 o'clock. Okay, that will give you a good idea of what we are doing. I prefer to leave the big part of my grapevine exposed because I think that's the rustic look to it. We are going to add greenery and other things here and there. I have right here some fall leaves that we're going to put in. So this is going to be nice and full. Okay, so what I'm doing is I just placed my mesh and I might add or I might take out depending on what my attachment is going to look like. And I think I want my attachment to go somewhat right here. So on the bottom, so I have some floral. I'm going to have the bow with the ribbons cascading down and some of the flowers coming out from here. When you get an attachment like this, it's really entirely up to you where you want to put it. You can put it alone on the side if you want to. You could put it more in the center and build the design around it. You can put it on top and have your design coming from the bottom. It's really entirely up to you. Where do you prefer to have your attachment? Okay. In my case, I think I want it here, and I want to build some frou-frous on top. So I'm going to go ahead and place my attachment so that I know how and what to build around it. And I do want it to sit on my mesh, okay? I want it to have some structure underneath to make sure that it's resting nicely. And I am going to leave room so that I can insert flowers and foliage around it because I really do like that look. Okay, so I'm going to place my attachment. And these attachments are so well done that they can be totally exposed in the back. So if I chose to put it here, it would have been just as fine because the back is totally finished. So there is no mechanics exposed. So you could use it on a wreath, you can use it on a garland, or you can actually just have the attachment as part of your wall decor. So this is what my attachment is going to look like. And I'm going to start with building my pretty bow. And let me, oh, there we go. I'm like, where is my ribbon? I'm going to leave a pretty long tail. I think I want this as base. Okay, so I'm leaving a pretty long tail because this is about 18 and 20 inches because I'm not sure what I want to do to it. I'm going to make a loop of about 6 inches and pinch, twist your ribbon. Before I pinch again, I want to make sure my loops are the same. And I'm going to leave it like that. These are no good for my ribbon, so let's try next. So this is going to be the bottom of my bow. I think I'm going to put my solid. And again, I'm going to leave a nice long tail. And I'm going to build. This time, I'm going to go about 1/2 inch smaller than what I made on the bottom. And again, you always want to measure your loops. Always want to make sure that they are nice and even. Now, if this is actually, in fact, kind of like hurting my hand a little bit, so I do have a video on how to make a very easy, simple bow with Probow the Hand. And if you don't know what Probow is, friends, I really encourage you, and you make lots of bows like I do, please go check out my video. I will put the link below. It's really super amazing what we can do with our Probow, and it doesn't hurt my hands. I think I'm going to put another yellow mustard, excuse me. And it just makes it very, very easy. I also have a couple of other videos on how to make simple bows. If you don't have the Probow, but to be honest with you, it is a saving grace. It really is. Just for room, space purposes, I'm just going to do it this way today. Okay, and I'm going to loop my little one in the center and be done. And I like to zip tie my bows because I need to make sure that this is not going anywhere. So I'm going to zip tie, but before I finish it off, I am going to insert another zip tie so that I can put it in my grapevine. Okay, so now I can really handle my loops and my tails without worrying that they're not going nowhere. Not with that zip tie. Okay, so I'm just going to place my pretty bow. Let me move these ribbons, which who knows, we might use them again. Do I want my bow here? I think I want my pretty bow here. Oh, look how pretty all the colors come together. And I'm going to zip tie it. And again, you want to make sure you don't sink your attachments or your bow too far down You want everything to be nice and visible and live and prompt up. I like all my elements to have movement, if you will, right? To have movement so that they, and what I'm doing is I'm folding in half and cutting a pretty dovetail. You don't have to. You can just cut it diagonally. You can leave it straight. It's totally up to you. Okay, those are not good. There we go. Totally up to you where you want your ribbons to be. Now, as you notice, my bow is still moving a little bit, but that's because we're going to keep on building, and I don't know what I want to do with my tails yet. So I'm just gonna let them be for a minute until we keep going around and building our we're going to keep inserting the rest of our elements. Okay, we do have lots of videos, friends, on how to make mesh wreaths, how to do all sorts of different kind of decorations, and lanterns. You see how I'm going underneath my wreath, my bow, and it's already being, you know, pulled up. That's what we want. I'm going to use this on the side right here, and I'm going to glue it. For some reason, my glue pot is not going on, but it's okay. You see how this is what I like to do. I like my bow, my florals, and my leaves to be all organic looking. I want them all to be together. I want them all to coexist, if you will. And don't cut your stems too short, right? So now I'm going in, but when I go in, I'm not going, see how I'm bringing it up? It's almost making an L shape with my stem so that it's standing up. I prefer my flowers and my leaves to have movement rather than being just flat, right? So I'm going to do the same on here. And I'm going to go from this angle and you see how I'm bringing it up. Okay. Now, once I'm done building it with all my florals and everything, then I might go back and secure the zip tie on my bow furthermore, but I want to build it up first. You see? So how we start coming down with the foliage and the flowers, and then we're going to go back in with some more fillers. Okay. Now I should have brought my heat gun right here, because when you have a flower that it's a little bit out of shape, then you can use the heat gun to put them into place. But we are going to make it work. And I am keeping this one. I want it right here. I am keeping the foliage, the leaves that come with the stems, because in this case, I really do love all the different shades of green. And I think they are adding a beautiful touch. Sometimes, depending on the design that I'm working on, I do take them out and then attach them in a different way. But in this case, we are going to keep them. So I'm just making sure that I'm going from every angle to add touches of color. And you see, as you insert your fall leaves, this flower instantly comes alive, and there is going to be more elements that we are going to be adding. So make sure that don't worry about the flower being green, because it will pop up once we add all our other elements. So this one, I think I'm gonna go right here, but I gotta shorten it just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I always prefer to make my stems a little longer rather than too short, right? The same with my tails. The same with my tails. Now, obviously, depending on the type of ribbon you're using, if I was using a D. Stevens, then maybe I would be a little bit more reluctant to leave such long tails, because we can always go in and add more tails. But in this case, I am A-okay. So I'm just making my pretties. So pretty. Okay, so once we lift it, we have movement, volume, texture. We have it all. I'm actually going to make that a little shorter so that it sits right above my flower. And I do like that my tails are a little longer, because once I put this in, you know, on the door, the wind will give it that kind of movement that I am looking for. So now I'm going to go a little bit more behind my pumpkin, my pretty pumpkin attachment that it's peeking through, like right there. Look how pretty that looks. Very pretty, right? And you can see in the back, I didn't attach. I'm going to attach the other part, but it's nice and clean, so it doesn't show any of our mechanics. I have this part on my flower bush, like closed bud, that I think I want to add right here. Yeah, there we go. And finish off this part. And just a little bit of more color coming on this side. Look at that. Very pretty. Now it's like accentuating all parts. Of course, we're going to build this side a little bit more. So let me turn it to me so I can see it. And because I do want another flower right there. And you can see how it's all coming together. Very pretty. And we are not even done with all the elements that we want to insert. So you see, like, you want to maintain the shape right there. So adding the flower got rid of that lagoon that we had there. So now we made it nice and even. And you don't want to cover up your attachment too much. Okay. I'm going to go sporadically in with a few of these pretty feathers. I don't know why the word is escaping my mind right now. And I am not worried about using all the same colors, because we do have, see, I just want more texture, volume, movement, a little bit all around. And this is a good way. Like, for example, I have a bunch with only a couple left in this color, just a couple left in this color. So this is a good way to use up a lot of the things that we have, right? Because I am not really so focused on using everything in the same color. You see, like every color that I am adding in is giving a good, this one is too red, so not on that one, but yes, this one is adding a little more interesting, and it's still going nicely with all the colors that we have. Friends, I really do love fall. I love the combination of all the colors. I think it's just beautiful. I think it's just, I don't know, just beautiful colors. I always loved it. Ooh, that burned just a little. Ooh, ooh. Okay. I think I want a little one coming out from here, so we will use up this color so that I no longer have this color and it's all used up. See, this is what we also like as crafters, to use up what we have. And just remember something, friends, when you are, okay, that's giving me, hold on. When you are inserting your elements, I prefer, there we go, not to glue on the mesh, okay? Because to me, I don't know if that's going to hold up in the heat. I don't know if that's going to fall apart on my customer's door. And I definitely don't want none of that to happen, right? So I prefer to go directly into my grapevine, okay? So this is what it's looking like so far. Look how pretty. We're maintaining the shape. Everything is harmonious. The colors are going together. Everything is looking pretty good. This could go in the garbage. And I am going to use up this last one because what's the point of keeping it? So I'm going to bring it on this side. There we go. You see, now we have, I want to add a little something on this side because I feel that it's a little too empty. There we go. There we go. And I'm actually going to get a couple of more leaves to insert there on this side to fill it up just a little more. I don't have any more around me, and I don't want to walk away to the other side of my shop. No, I'm going to leave it like this. So there you go, friends. So we used one bush of fall magnolias. I used a few leftover pieces of my feathers. I used one bush of the leaves. The mesh was 5 pieces of each color, and I used 2 colors. This is also a great way to use leftover ribbons to make a bow in this manner, because I'm really literally only used a yard and a half of each color. So when you have those leftover ribbons, you know, it's a great way to use them up. Our attachment, again, the link for the attachment is below. We have a couple of other colors that you can look at. And that's nadiascrafts.com, but the links are all going to be below. And we used an 18-inch grapevine base. And there you have it. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you come back, subscribe to our channel, and you can get more of our beautiful home decor pieces. Bye, friends.